Hello and welcome to Wayne State University College of Engineering's virtual open house. My name is Ellen Cope and with me is Eric Semeka and Nikki Taylor-Vargos. We have three student speakers, panelists, who will be joining us shortly, but we're going to get started with a virtual welcome from our Dean, Dr. Farshad Fatouhi.
Hello, I am Farshad Fatouhi, Dean of the College of Engineering at Wayne State University. Let me be the first to congratulate you on your admission to one of our many excellent graduate programs in the College of Engineering. As you know, we are located in Midtown Detroit, and Detroit is known for its auto industries. Companies such as Ford Motor Company, General Motors, and Fiat Chrysler are headquartered in Detroit area. Many of our students taking advantage of our locations to enhance their academic experience with experiential learnings through programs such as internship and co-ops. I am positive, with over 150 excellent faculty and staff, it will provide you with enhanced academic experience that will lead to your future success. Again, congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you here in the
So a quick introduction from us. We are your hosts today. My name is Ellen Cope. I'm a graduate program coordinator. Most of you probably got my emails about this event and about the RSVP. So I work with multiple departments. I work with biomedical engineering, chemical material science engineering, mechanical engineering, engineering technology, electric drive vehicle engineering, alternative energy technology. So if you're a part of one of those programs, you're welcome to contact me directly after this, or I'll be answering your more specific questions a bit later on.
And I'm Eric Semeka, another graduate program coordinator for the computer science programs, ECE programs, and ISE programs. And thank you for sending in your questions in advance when RSVPing for the event. As you can see on your screen, you can send in questions live via engineering grad admissions at eng.wayne.edu. Also, you can use that after the presentation to send us any questions that come to mind after our discussion today. And as Ellen mentioned, we'll be going through some information about Wayne, checking out some videos to give you a better feeling of what campus is like, and also talking with students and their experiences, and hopefully answering some of your live questions as well.
And I'm Nikki Taylor-Vargo. I'm the program manager for our new Master of Science in Data Science and Business Analytics program.
So only one of our student ambassadors is here right now, but the other two should be joining us shortly. Shruti, if you'd like to give a brief introduction of yourself, maybe your academic background, where you come from, and what you're doing here at Wayne State.
Sure. Hi, my name is Shruti, and I'm a grad student here pursuing Masters in Data Science and Business Analytics. I joined the first cohort actually of this program in Wayne State, and until now my journey has been amazing. Before joining this program, I was also working with Wayne State in Wayne State School of Medicine in the pediatrics department as a data scientist. But currently I'm doing this program full-time. And before my master's degree and my work with Wayne State, I worked for a couple years in India, and I worked for a couple years in Finland as a software engineer. And I did my undergrad from India from Amity University, Noida, which is based in basically Delhi. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Shruti. Our other students are Padma Shri Hiro-Hali, who studies electrical engineering, and Kushal Vashi, who is studying mechanical engineering. As I mentioned, they should be joining us here shortly. So we'll get started then with a video that's a great kind of brief overview of Wayne State, what our campus looks like, and what it's like to live in Detroit. So these stats are from fall 2016, but they are pretty current for now. So as of fall 2016, we had 1,522 College of Engineering graduate students. 30% of our students are U.S. citizens, and the rest are international engineering graduate students who represent 36 countries from around the world. So we're pretty proud of how large our international student population is and how many countries and areas we see students coming from. So this next video is just a little bit more about our engineering program, some of the research that students do here, which is something we'll talk a little bit more about later with our student panelists. We'll give you a better idea of some of the things that you will be able to do when you join us here at Wayne State.
If you can collaborate with someone else, they can bring ideas to the table that you maybe haven't thought of, and you can use their knowledge and your knowledge combined to create something that's a better solution than either of you could come up perhaps individually. I got involved with Formula SAE my freshman year here at Wayne State. I am the captain of the frame and body subsystems for the Formula SAE team, and then I am also the lead of the CAD team. Formula SAE cars are a lot like a big puzzle. It's very difficult for any one person to know about every system in great enough depth to actually design a vehicle. So it really works a lot like a small company where we have to tackle the same kinds of challenges that a business would to make a real product in the real world. You come into a corporation after graduating and you've already worked in a team environment like they're going to prepare you for. You're ahead of someone who hasn't had that experience.
So there is this negative stereotype that engineers are antisocial or they just want to work in their labs, but the College of Engineering provides an experience that's completely different from that. The students here are very involved. Last summer, I volunteered as a camp instructor for the Tech Toys camp. So we invited elementary school to high school age students to come into Wayne State and learn about engineering. I taught a specific camp called Creating Tech Toys, where we'd program with Lego robots. I definitely want to get younger kids involved and introduce them to the world of engineering because I didn't get to see that until my high school years. It opens up a whole world for them. There's like a lot of opportunities that engineering can give you. When you see students who want to do what you do and they're like, I want to be you when I grow up, it's kind of like, oh wow, I made a difference. I think working with younger students and doing community service has been very helpful towards making me aware of my surroundings and making me a more compassionate person. You're contributing something out into the world.
I was drawn to research because you're doing something new, something that's never been done before, and you're kind of pioneering your way for others to follow and push that research even further. Our lab is defined as a biomaterials and tissue engineering lab. We can study cell morphology, cell behavior, cell metabolism, and discover and pioneer ways that we can cultivate tissue growth. And this can be applied to research, be applied to regenerative medicine if you want to help rebuild tissues that are otherwise damaged. What I like about research is that it's your own problem, and you have to apply the theory that you learned in the classroom to solving a real-world problem. A lot of times in research you think about quitting just because you're after failure after failure, and research is all about failing until you find that one correct solution. And to find that solution it's awesome.
So I think the biggest thing that you see from doing internships is how a company functions. Because you can learn one thing from a book, but I feel that you learn best from actually doing it. I started as an intern at General Motors in 2011, interning every summer since then. I've also had opportunity to intern at Vitech, and I've also done one at Kamau. I'll be interning at Detroit Diesel this fall. Working in an internship kind of gives you the opportunity to see the corporate side of it. Learning the company's culture, the dress that's appropriate, the type of behavior that's appropriate. I think that Wayne State is a phenomenal school for practical experience. everybody who goes to Wayne State who's in engineering is telling me that they're doing some type of internship, some type of experience, some type of research. What I started doing, 5 years ago has potentially opened up hundreds of doors.
So obviously you can sit down in a classroom here at Wayne State and you can work with people who are of many different cultural backgrounds because we are such a fantastically diverse university. But it's completely different to go immerse yourself in a culture where you don't speak the language and you've never been before. Last summer I went to Hangzhou, China, and I studied abroad at Zhejiang University of Technology. We actually got to not only just go there and take classes at the university, but we brought Wayne State faculty and they taught a cross-cultural engineering problem-solving course. We were faced with the problem of sustainable transportation. How do we make our global transportation system more sustainable? We were joined by 20 Chinese engineering students of all different disciplines and backgrounds. I still talk to the students that I met last year in China. We brought some of the students from Hangzhou, and they are actually here for 2 weeks. And so I got the opportunity to kind of show them around the city and get them used to Detroit. It was very eye-opening to be able to work with people who have such a different educational background and cultural background. What I walk away with is not only a wealth of engineering knowledge, but also that cultural intelligence, that soft skill, that element that can be the it factor for you in your future career. And I think industry is really looking for that, and they can find it in our graduates. I'm Marissa Mercer.
My name is Justin White.
My name is Alex Collardi.
My name is Brandon Horsch.
My name is Maheen Usker, and I'm a Wayne State engineer.
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 Great. So before we move forward, we'll have our other student volunteer, Padmashri, introduce herself. If you could just give us some background on your educational background, what you're doing here at Wayne State, anything about yourself you think might be relevant to our prospective students.
Hi, my name is Padmashri. I'm doing my master's in electrical engineering. I'm from India. I am from VTU, Bangalore. I'm also working as a graduate ambassador with graduate school, so I'll also be helping you with the transition. I'll be assisting you through the WhatsApp group and also emails as well.
Great. And can you tell us what you're studying here at Wayne State?
Okay, I'm doing my master's in electrical engineering.
Okay, great. So as we mentioned previously, we have a very large international student population here at our graduate program in engineering. We're very proud of our international students and what they bring to our community here. So we're just going to show another quick video. This is our last one, almost our last one, about our international students and the impact that they have on our community and the great things that they're able to accomplish here.
The reason why I wanted to come to Wayne State was because it was one of the best research institutions in Michigan. The advantage is having the Med campus, which has all the hospitals. That's the DMC, the Harper, the Hudson. So I was lucky enough to volunteer at the Henry Ford Hospital and at the DMC at the same time.
After doing a little research, I knew the big three were here in Michigan. So I felt that having that close affinity to the automotive industries, I would have the opportunity also have these planned trips, go to the plants and have great opportunities to go to internships and stuff. So it's like having practical knowledge of what you learn in class.
I have a master in petroleum engineering. I could go to Texas working as a petroleum engineer or at the same field that I was working before. But I was really interested to get my PhD and work in a research area which is related to automotive companies.
We have this collaboration that allow me to have technology that I can get good data and publish good papers.
It provides very useful classes that you can learn different skills, techniques, the facilities, the equipment that are very important for my research.
There's a good interaction, good connection between me and my advisor, and he's really helpful. I mean, whatever I want from my advisor, he just helps me in it.
The main resource that we have is our graduate advisor and the people and the teachers that like the first course that I took, the professor that taught me is still in touch with me. Like I still go back to her and tell her this is what is happening, this is what I'm planning. Do you think it's the right thing to do?
You can find students from all over the world, which makes it really fun to be here.
In my lab, we have a lot of diversity, so we have people from Iraqis, people from Sri Lanka, and from China. We have also Brazilians in my lab nowadays, so it's really good because, the most interesting part is because news that before in our home countries we used to just see on TV, nowadays your colleagues are talking because these affect their lives.
The people here treat others equally, so there's no racism, nothing like that, and this is what I like here.
I've been living here for 5 years. I've never had any safety problems, so I think it's really safe, especially around campus.
I got to learn it's really safe. I discovered that even on campus we have our own police department. Safety plays a very large role.
University mixed with the city itself, so we're going to your lab, but you're passing through libraries and museums. At least from home to here, I passed through at least 3 museums.
Wherever you are from the world, you can find something related to you, like restaurants from your own culture, so you feel like home.
Wayne State is one of the best universities in United States.
It has diversity of majors, so whatever you want to study, you will find it here.
This is a good place for you to achieve your goal and have fun.
You come here, study, you know why you're here, and it's a land of opportunities, I would say. You want to make the best of yourself. Wayne State is the place.
So we're starting to get some questions coming in for our student panelists. Really quick, I just wanted to show, these are just a couple, we have some photos here of some of the programs at Wayne State, some of our students, some of the research labs, so you can just get a little bit of a feel for what is going on here and what things look like. These are some areas on campus. So the first question that we got in that we want to ask you guys is, what's your experience on campus? Do you walk around a lot? Do you take the bus? Do you think that there are enough restaurants here? What do you like about campus?
We are located in the Midtown, and I feel this is really exciting, and it is very nearby. And there are shuttles for if you want to go to classes at Wayne State University, and also to access other places like downtown and stuff. There's also a queue line and many of the transports. You can use them, and it is really nice to roam around here. It is very nice.
I don't live in Midtown. I live in the suburbs, and I communicate by my own vehicle. But I would say that if you plan to live in the suburbs, there's enough parking lots here, and you won't be certainly having no problems with that. And since the university is located in Midtown, there's lots and lots of restaurants and hanging out centers. There's lots and lots of libraries and and student centers and Starbucks where you can go and work on your projects, team up with your classmates, and there is we are very close to downtown, of course. So there's lots of games happening. There's lots of events, activity, especially during the summers, and in fact during winters as well. So overall, it's an amazing experience.
So we've also gotten some questions about housing. So Padmeshri, since you live on campus, what was your experience with finding housing, especially coming internationally? And then what's your experience with where you're living now?
Okay, I live on campus housing, that is University Towers. The first and foremost thing which you guys need to do is to apply on housing.wayne.edu so that you can reserve a spot. For me, I had to contact few of my seniors whom I met through a Facebook group that is GISA. There will be many posts which they come up with if there is any spots available, and also when you apply formally, you'll also be getting email via housing department regarding the vacancies. So in that way you can reserve your spot well before you come here. That will be a very great experience.
Yeah, that's great. I do also want to mention, so if you're unable to find on-campus housing, Wayne State housing, there are lots of apartments and apartment buildings around and near campus. The Office of International Students and Scholars, their website is a great resource that, if you email me or Eric or Nikki about it, we can give you the resources, and they have websites and phone numbers for all different types of buildings that you can contact to see about getting an apartment. And oftentimes through WhatsApp groups or Facebook groups, you're able to find another incoming student that maybe you can share housing with as well. So before we go forward with any other questions, we have another quick video about living on campus in Detroit.
It's just a really exciting time to be downtown.
Fun place to go, fun place to explore.
Lots of activities in the Midtown area.
You've got all these centers for culture and arts. And as students, of course, there's so many places where you can go and play.
Once people come down here and really experience what it has to offer, they don't want to leave.
Okay, I have a good story that I like. It was actually in this very room. I was at a show this summer. So we were watching the show, having a good time. My boyfriend kind of I think I see Meg White, who's in the White Stripes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's pretty much our favorite band. It's just so cool that I can come out to a show that's just up the road from my apartment, be hanging out, pretty much my idols,
Right.
So that's one of the things I really love about being in Midtown, because that happens.
If Shakespeare were to set one of his plays in Midtown, it would have to be The Winter's Tale. And the reason is because The Winter's Tale is a romance, and what it really means is that it takes something from all the different genres, tragedy, comedy, there's a little bit of fantasy in it, and it's very eclectic in that sense. And I think Midtown would be perfect because Midtown is that eclectic blend of different kinds of flavors, categories, genres. My name is Renu Kagusai, and I go to Wayne State University. I'm at the English department. I am writing my dissertation in English literature with a focus on early modern literature, Shakespeare in particular, Shakespeare and philosophy. We're at the Bonstel right now, and you have the Hilberry right here. And we're counting the number of stages around, and I think we hit 11, including Fox, including Fisher in the Fisher Theatre, including all the recital stages available at the university. It's just an amazing place to be. I mean, where else are you going to get such an amazing concentration of different kinds of stages to explore your interest in the arts and theatre?
It was really interesting doing Tour Detroit, which is a big bike ride, and it comes right through Midtown. And
I'm big into cycling. I commute by bike year round. Some people think it's kind of crazy. So my name is Howard Matthew. I'm a professor of chemical engineering and biomedical engineering at Wayne State University. And when I travel around the country giving talks and seminars, people sort of raise their eyebrows when they hear I'm from Detroit. What they don't know is that it's actually a great place to work and a great place to live. Research in the biomedically related aspects of chemical engineering is a really hot area, and I personally have a couple of colleagues who have started companies in the tech town development as a direct offshoot of the work that's being done and the ideas generated here at Wayne State. I see a growing area. That's what I see. Plus, it's a great place to work too. We've got education, medicine, high tech, low tech?
I work in the College of Engineering in a program called Smart Sensors and Integrated Microsystems. And in 2004, we spun out a company called Visca. My name is Kathy Huber. I work at both Wayne State University and the College of Engineering as a program coordinator in Tech Town, which is Wayne State's Research and Development Park. Well, I've always been into the arts and I've always been into fine art, painting, drawing, sculpture. When I see what goes on working with engineers and scientists, it's really, really similar what goes on in the art world. You may have an end goal or an idea of what you might want, but you don't know how to get there. So there's a lot of trial and error. And in that trial and error, you can come up with these beautiful mistakes that can actually make something happen and make something extraordinary.
It just seems evident living down here that like if you want to try something, this is the place to do
I think
it.
that's exactly right. I think just because of the market here, it's very feasible to try something that you really want to do and be creative with your ideas.
Probably a lot of them were run by students and started by students.
Yep.
Yeah. I think a lot of the businesses that are opening up, like our store. My name's Andy Lynn, and with my sister Emily Lynn, I own a store called City Bird in Midtown Detroit. At our store, we sell our own label of Detroit-themed housewares, accessories, and paper goods.
Often we're approached by artists, but we also reach out to Wayne State students and actively try to sell their work.
We've actually seen a lot of traffic from people visiting Detroit for the first time, just because there's been, seems to be a buzz about the city.
Well, I chose Wayne State in part because of the location. Like, I was excited to be in Midtown and to be in Detroit. Andy and I both live in Woodbridge, which is a historic neighborhood just west of the Wayne State campus with a lot of beautiful sort of arts and crafts and Victorian homes.
It's amazing. You can live in the most incredible apartment or a rental house.
Oh, I know. I couldn't imagine commuting, especially when we would practice at 6 a.m.
Oh, no.
My name is Justin Rahoff. I am a junior here at Wayne State University, and I am on Wayne State swim team. I am in the honors program as well as an athlete. I got a presidential scholarship. It pays for tuition for 4 years. I love living in Midtown. There's so much to do there, and so it really helped to expose us to the city of Detroit in a way that the average student might not.
You guys do after classes or after hours, besides studying?
Right. I really love going to shows. Like, the Detroit music scene is really kind of why I came to school here in the first place. My name's Emily Janes, and I'm in my junior year at Wayne State. I'm studying biology and French, and I'm in the Honors College. I come to these shows and I'm part of the music community, and I go to class and I'm part of the honors community at Wayne State, and you know, I'm helping with my public transit and I'm kind of part of this grassroots movement. Yeah, I'm in honors at Wayne, like Justin, and it's the smaller college within the university, and you really feel like you know everybody. You get to know, you know, your advisor and your professors better. There's, you know, like a smaller group of students, so you start recognizing each other. You're in the same classes. Yeah, when I was looking at colleges, I did have a lot of choices. I looked at schools out east, I looked at schools in Boston and New York. None of them really gave me the good feeling that I got when I was at Wayne State, and just being in Detroit, there's a different sense of community here. There's activity. I mean, you've got the DIA, you've got the public library, you've got the Science Center, you've got the African American History Museum, you've got the Historical Museum. Like, there's an infinite amount of stuff to do. And then beyond that, you've got venues like this where you can go see shows. The possibilities are endless.
I just think that Midtown's like a really exciting, creative and artistic place. And I think that Wayne State is an anchor institution in this neighborhood, and it really adds a lot to the vibrancy and activity going on.
Yeah, the activity in this area is just wonderful. I mean, there's so many things to do.
There's a good opportunity to sort of try out an idea that you have, or open something, or start something, and there's a lot of room for individuals to sort of make an impact.
The fact that, you know, so many students live close to campus really makes it easier to interact and to conduct research.
Making the most of what, you know, Wayne can offer them, and then what Detroit can offer them too. I live here because it feels good. It feels right.
The unbelievable culture.
The community here is exciting and welcoming.
Biggest medical campuses.
With larger universities, you don't get that kind of personal interaction with your teachers.
I love our neighborhood. There are a lot of Wayne State students who live there.
People from all walks of life, everyone gets along in
Why
this
not
area.
Detroit? I mean, Detroit is such a thriving city.
When you enter Wayne State University, when you go into any classroom, the first thing that strikes you is the diversity.
I live,
learn,
work,
and play in Midtown. In Midtown Detroit.
All right, so in line with what we just saw in that video, I wanted to ask the panelists, are you involved with any student groups or other extracurriculars outside of going to class on a regular basis? What do you like to do for fun in Midtown?
So I would say that I haven't had much of a chance to really collaborate with the student organizations here in Wayne State because in fall I joined this program and I was working full-time at that time. And this semester has been really busy with my classes, so I haven't had that chance. But there's definitely lots and lots of student organizations and student clubs. There are like academic and professional clubs. There are other like social clubs. The academic and professional clubs like belonging to the data science like discipline. There is one amazing club which is Detroit Hackers, which is actually sponsored by Wayne State, and they do like they keep having those artificial intelligence challenges where participants come and work on real world projects and real world data sets. So they keep like meeting time to time and they work on those challenges using deep learning, machine learning, and all the latest technologies. So that's about the Artificial Intelligence Club, and there is other types of clubs as well, like Consulting Club, which is based in the Mike Elliott School of Business, and there is another engineering society for students. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely lots and lots of clubs. I haven't had a chance to collaborate with them, but I look forward to doing that in this academic year.
Well, even I did not have any chance of collaborating with them, but I know there are many events happening with SAE and all the IEEE. I attended all those events and I'm actively looking for all the classes or any kind of seminars which is conducted by them. And also there are many events like GPPD seminars. I actively participate in them.
So I will say two of our most popular engineering-focused clubs are the Formula SAE team and then the EcoCar team. All incoming graduate students are welcome to, join those programs and kind of work on cars in that way if you're more automotive-focused. And on top of that, within engineering, there's the Society of Women Engineers, there's Tau Beta Chi, which is the fraternity for engineers, and then Wayne State has cultural groups and student organizations for pretty much any country you're coming from. You're welcome to go and find the corresponding cultural group and connect with other students from your country that you may not know. They're also at Wayne State to kind of give you that sense of home a little bit or that sense of community.
And another question we often receive is about safety in Midtown Detroit, and we'll show a video about that in just a moment, but what are your experiences with getting around campus and safety on campus in general?
This campus is really safe. I never encountered a problem till date, and even if you feel you're kind of afraid to walk in the late night or early morning, there is always safe rides which is given by Wayne State Cops. So you can always take their help, and till date I never faced a problem, and it is really safe for you guys. There is no second thoughts about it.
Although I live in suburbs right now, but I do stay late here at the campus for my projects and for my classes, and I've never had any such problems. Like she already mentioned that Wayne State has its own police, so students they can always resort to that help. And the most important thing is to follow rules. And things happen, but they don't happen if you like they can happen anywhere. But if you follow rules, I'm sure you won't be in the problem. So,
Yep, so as mentioned, Wayne State has our very own police force. All of our police officers have bachelor's degrees, so they're all educated. They're all, real sworn-in police officers, and we have a 90-second response time in case of emergencies. So, they're always there for you. They're always available with the Safe Ride if you're feeling, afraid at night. So we're just going to show this quick video now on safety in Detroit so you can get a better sense of, what it'll be like when you're living here.
Hello, I'm Anthony Holt, Chief of Police at Wayne State University. On behalf of Wayne State Police, I welcome you to the university. The Wayne State community is a wonderful and safe place to live, learn, work, and play. Our department has provided a safe and secure environment since 1966. Wayne State officers are not only highly trained and fully licensed by the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards and sworn police officers under state law. Each Wayne State University officer is also a commissioned Detroit police officer with full authority within the city of Detroit. And our department requires that every one of our officers has earned at least a bachelor's degree before being accepted in our department. We provide the university community with police service 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This website explains our detailed approach to how we keep our students safe. We do it with a combination of highly trained officers, the very best technology, and consistent education and prevention training. It's this approach to student safety that ranks Wayne State University one of the safest campuses in the state of Michigan. Thanks for visiting our site, and we look forward to seeing you on campus soon.
So that should give you a little bit of a better idea on safety on campus. So we're not going to show these videos, but as you may know, this event is being recorded, and you'll be sent a copy of, what was broadcast here today and a copy of this PowerPoint later on. So these are just some links that you're welcome to explore later on if you're looking to get more information on culture in Detroit and things that are going on in Midtown and kind of get an interactive virtual tour of campus. So we next wanted to bring up our Office of International Students and Scholars for all of our international students. OISS, they handle all I-20 documentation, so if you have questions about, financial statements, bank statements, the financial affidavit of support, you can contact them. OISS handles the mandatory new student check-in and orientation. OISS also has a bus that takes students from the airport to Wayne State, and they also have all the health insurance information that you will need for when you become a student here. So real quick, for our international student panelists, what is your experience with OISS? Did you find them helpful? Were they able to answer your questions? Or, what did you learn at the OISS orientation?
At OISS orientation, they will let you know what all things need to be done when you first visit or when you join Wayne State. When I was back in India, yes, the responses from the OISS was real quick. I contacted them through the mail as well as I also called them. The responses was real quick and they helped me solve all my queries. I had problem with my I-20. When I contacted them, they could help me with that and they processed my I-20 and I also got it in the next few days. So always contact them if you have any queries. That was my
that's great.
With OISS, they basically they will provide any kind of help to any international student to make sure that you get settled here once you arrive. As already mentioned by Ellen, that they give all sorts of they drive you to the malls. They even help you do your grocery shopping. They make sure that you are settled in this country. And OISS always, they keep organizing events like coffee hours where you can connect with, with students from different countries and you can meet and greet and you can also you get a chance to bond with your own community. And they do help with your immigration services. They keep having workshops. So yeah, they do anything and everything to make sure that any international student, gets settled and feels comfortable in the university campus.
Thank you for sharing your experiences. So we've also gotten a lot of email questions about career services and internships. So Cedric Brooks is our program coordinator for the Career Services Career Resource Center here. We've included a couple links so that you can take a look, in your time later at some of the resources we have online, some of the jobs that are posted, some of the internships that are posted. The majority of our students, both domestic and international, do have internships while they're here at Wayne State. And Cedric is there to help you, get an internship, and he's also there to help you look for a job after you graduate. We have, let me see what the next page, yep, so this is a list of some of the opportunities that they have at the Career Resource Center. They'll help you with your resume, with your interviews, job opportunities. We have 2 large career fairs every year, so there's a lot of opportunities for you for finding a job. So I wanted to ask you two, what's your experience with the Career Center? Have you had an internship, or have you met with Cedric or done resume building?
Wayne State has majorly 2 career services. One is by the College of Engineering, and the other one is at Wayne State, at the whole university level. And these 2 career services, they are very, very helpful. Like already Ellen mentioned, that we do have career fairs. So this winter we already had one, and they also have it every fall around October time. So lots and lots of companies, like in winter career fair, there were many automotive companies, many engineering companies, actually banks as well, and then a couple IT companies were there. So definitely students get a lot of opportunity to network with the employers and see what kind of culture, what kind of company, everything fits them. And this is not only limited to Detroit. I've been also working with companies outside Detroit, and I've been looking for internship opportunities, and I'm actually interviewing with couple companies that are outside Detroit, and they are based in on the East Coast. And so I would say that the program here at Wayne State is pretty well known, and it is very well recognized. This data science program that I am in currently pursuing is very well recognized, and whatever employer I interview with, they really get, they really like the curriculum that we are being taught here, and I feel Wayne State is really doing a good job with, helping shaping the career of the students here. So.
Okay. There are a lot of events which is happening. There are many career fairs, 2 to 3 career fairs which is held there, and you can meet employers, and that is a network and for you to communicate. And also there are workshops where you can convert your resume to CV, or how exactly your resume should be, or and also there is MIRR wherein you get a mock interview sessions. They will help you to prepare for your actual interviews, so that way you can get prepared. And also on Handshake, you can see many of the postings which is posted by Wayne State, and also Cedric will email you if there is any kind of opportunities. And many events will be organized by him, not just at Wayne State, also outside Wayne State. Many conference rooms, all those informations will be communicated through us through Handshake. So there is a lots of opportunities.
Great, thank you guys. So next we just kind of wanted to go over a couple of next steps before we finish answering up questions. Course registration opens on March 26th. Since you've all been admitted, you're welcome to go ahead and start registering for classes now. If you're an international student, you're required to attend full-time, which means taking 8 credits, which is about 2 courses. And so this link here shows you how to register, and then you can also view all the courses that are available right now. Housing, if you're interested in attending Wayne State, or if you plan on coming, as we mentioned earlier, we really recommend that you start looking into housing as soon as possible. So we listed both the website here for Wayne State's on-campus housing, and through OISS, all of the resources for outside housing. Also for new students, our orientation, our on-campus orientation will take place on Tuesday, August 28th. Since you're admitted, you'll be receiving more details about this in the coming month or two. So now we're going to get to some more of the questions that have been asked for our student panelists. Just a reminder, you're welcome to email in any questions so we can answer them live for you. But we've already received some, so we're going to kind of get started with a few. So one question we've gotten is about financial aid. So what's your experience with scholarships? Have you applied for any? Have you received any? Are they through Wayne State or are they from an outside source?
Okay, yes, I've received scholarship from the grad admissions. Like time to time, emails will be sent to you. Just go through all those emails and apply. And there is A grade scholarship, retention scholarship, course completion scholarship, wherein there is a particular time for which you'll have to apply for those scholarships. It will all be communicated to you through emails. Just go through it and apply. Yeah, there are many chances of getting scholarships.
Regarding scholarships, like if you really get good grades here, maybe in your first semester, you really have a lot of opportunities to apply for scholarships. For example, there's this Dean's Merit Scholarship. So you can come here. It's specifically for the 2 years master's degree program students who've completed their bachelor's from from any other country besides except US, and the students actually receive up to like $3,000 per semester towards their studies through this scholarship. And other kinds of there's like other kinds of assistantships like graduate assistantships, teaching assistantships, research assistantships. So I guess teaching assistantships and research assistantships, these are basically for PhD students. But personally, I haven't had a chance to get any scholarship, but yeah, there's definitely lots and lots of opportunities if you want to get one.
Okay, so another question we've got is about, when you first arrived on campus, kind of what were the first things that you did? What was, as soon as you arrived, what were the formalities you needed to do, or what did you do?
Okay, as soon as we arrived, the first thing which we did was, we took 1 day to settle down. Then the next thing was OISS check-in, and we had to purchase health insurance and then later get a TB test done and open account at Chase. Those are the first and foremost things which you need to do like when you arrive to campus.
Yeah, definitely the same. Come here, settle yourself down, check into OISS, make sure all your documents and everything is in place, get your health insurance, get your TB test done. Actually, for TB test also, there may be because lots and lots of students come in batches, so there can be wait times. So I've heard that there is some kind of Malthus test that you can take in your own country, and you can still report the results here. So these are the basically steps to take care of.
Definitely ask OISS about that test. They'll have more information for you. So another question we've received is about your classes. So, about what is your class size, like how many students are in your class, and then is there a class that you've taken that you've really liked and would maybe recommend to a new student?
Okay, I'm doing my master's in electrical engineering, so most of the courses are always crowded, and because there is a lots of demand for those engineering courses here, like embedded systems or power electronics, and you can see like 35 to 40 students admitted in that class, and all those classes are very interactive, and you can see all sort of information shared, and our professors will let us know like what is really important and what needs to be done, and the coursework is designed in such a way that it will prepare for you for the market, and you can do a lots of research, and it is really nice here.
The courses I've taken until now, I don't know. I'll be struggling to choose the best. I think all of them are the best ones. In the fall semester, we started with one data science and analytics class, which gave us a really good foundation of the data science. How is data science used in the industry, in the business world, and how it helps organizations gain competitive advantage. There was one subject that was pretty technical. I mean, not pretty technical, but it also made the students understand that how to use machine learning and how to actually look at data objectively to solve any kind of problem from a data science perspective. And then there was this another class which was data science strategy and leadership. That was a fun class. It was usually held on Saturday mornings, and besides that, I would say that the class profile has been really very interesting. There have been like full-time students, plus there have been like working professionals. So you get to learn a lot, especially in those leadership classes, because you get a chance to collaborate with the working professionals who are already working and they have industry experience. So it's a great learning opportunity. And again, like in the winter semester, I've had pretty more interesting classes like intelligent analytics. This class is basically held by the dean of our department, Dr. Ratnababu Chinnam, and he is a great teacher. He definitely covers like all the aspects of data science, like how to look at a problem, what kind of data will involve what kind of technique, and how to actually look at a problem objectively, what technique to use on what kind of data set. So this is covered in intelligent analytics class, and there are other two classes as well. There is another statistical methods and analysis, and there is another data science computing platforms. So statistical methods and analysis basically builds up again on the machine learning and deep learning technologies, and this field is pretty vast. So we get like lots and lots of opportunities to work on data sets. Like every week we have to work on mini projects and submit them. And the more you get your hands dirty on problems, the more you learn. So I would say that the overall experience has been pretty exciting, pretty challenging, and I've learned so much in the past 7-8 months.
It's really great to hear. So what's your experience with advising? Like, have you met with a graduate advisor and have they been helpful? How is it? Is it hard to choose classes, or have you found it to be easy?
Who do you go to?
Yeah, who do you go to?
At the graduate.
My department graduate advisor is Amar Basu. The first thing, as soon as I came to Wayne State University, what I did was to get this appointment and go meet him. He will guide you like what needs to be done, which all courses needs to be selected, and for electrical department there is two 7,000 levels which is mandatory to be taken. He'll also help you to choose subjects according to your interest, and he will guide you throughout the process. Like whenever you want, you can go and meet him during his advising hours, and also he does many Skype hours. You can meet him, and if you're facing any difficulties regarding the subjects also, you can go and talk to the professors during their advising time. Our professors are always like helpful, and they're open to solve all our problems. Any question, anytime, you can email them. They will definitely revert. So it is really nice to get in touch with your advisor so that you can know the course flow, and you can plan your 2 years masters or 1.5 years masters accordingly. So please meet advisor and seek his advices.
My experience with the advisors has been very smooth. Right from the fall semester, when I came in, I collaborated with Mark Garrison, and he was pretty helpful with selecting the subjects. Actually, and now my advisor is Nikki sitting here. So both the advisors, I would say, have been very, very helpful. They help like the students decide the plan of work, and like she already mentioned that you can decide upon the plan of work for the entire like course of your master's program. But again, the plan of work is pretty flexible. So for example, for myself, there's like many interesting courses, but I have I'm interested in pursuing a course, econometrics, and I would say that my dean and my advisors have been pretty like flexible that okay, you can take one subject maybe from the other department if you're genuinely interested in pursuing it. So all your interests and aspirations are actually taken into consideration with the advising committee and with everyone in the department. So that's my experience.
Great. So all of our graduate program advisors are faculty, and they are all listed on our website, but if you're having trouble finding it or figuring out who your advisor is, you're welcome to contact myself or Eric, or if you're a data science student, you can contact Nikki, who is your advisor, and we can help guide you to them, help you set up an appointment, and help you kind of figure out, what courses you're going to register for your first semester. As I mentioned earlier, international students are required to be full-time, which means they have to register for 8 credits, which is 2 courses.
I do want to interrupt just really
yes.
quick there. Not all courses are 4 credits.
Yes.
For example, in the data science program, they're actually 3 credits apiece. So in order to meet that 8-hour minimum requirement, you would have to take 3 courses.
Yep, and so that's how it is in data science and then computer science as well. And industrial, I know, also has a couple 3-credit courses. So this video is of our faculty, of our graduate program directors who act as the advisors. It's pretty long, so we're not going to show it live here, but it will be available for you to watch when we send out the broadcast in the next couple of days. Okay, and so one other question I have for you two is, what's something that you wish you had known when you joined Wayne State? Or what's something that you learned a little bit later on that, is kind of a piece of advice that you want to give to incoming students that you wish you would have known?
Okay, one thing is, I didn't know much about all the organizations like SAE or the Women's Society and all those things. So before coming to Wayne State, I didn't know much info. So I wish I knew all those, because Formula SAE is a very nice team, and there is a test which they conduct, and you'll have to clear that for you to be a part of it. And when I came here, the deadline was already done. So I wish I knew that earlier, because Formula SAE, that on your resume really matters a lot.
For myself, I would definitely say student organizations specifically related to data science. Especially this artificial intelligence club. I came to know about it much later, and when I came to know about it, I was already very busy. Like I mentioned, that they do conduct hackathons, and besides your academic curriculum, you get a chance to work on those real-world problems, which can really give you an edge on your resume. You can really leverage that. And there is a tech town here. Which is basically all the startups. Basically, Wayne State actually sponsors those startup ideas. So I wish I had known. I came to know about it just a month back. So that's the thing. And also there's a club, TEDx Wayne State. So they actually give TED Talks. They spotlight those speakers who have the ideas that are worth spreading. So definitely these kind of student organizations, I think I had known, ahead, and I would have definitely done, a better job of participating. So yeah.
That's great advice. So before we go, we just want to say a number of the questions we received were pretty specific to the person emailing them. So if we didn't answer your question, we will email you in the next day or so that your questions are all answered. If you do have further questions, or if you think of anything after the fact, you can email us at engineeringgradadmissions@eng.wayne.edu anytime, and we will get back to you no matter what the question is. Please keep an eye out on your email. Admitted students will, kind of start getting emails in the next month or so, warning you about registering for classes and registering for orientation and kind of, some of the other procedures for getting started here at Wayne State. Thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate you logging in. And again, this whole broadcasted presentation is being recorded, and we will email you a copy for your reference in the next couple of days.
I would like to actually add something here that the data science discipline in Wayne State, there's lots and lots of opportunities to work on real world projects. Like I'm reiterating this aspect because in data science it is very, very important to get your hands dirty on data. And in my current semester, I had an opportunity to work with a major pharmaceutical company which is based in Switzerland, and I'm working on this project to forecast their sales. So, which is pretty challenging and pretty interesting, and you won't get this kind of opportunity everywhere. Like being in school and working for a real company, like just for the sake of learning. It's a great opportunity to learn, and this definitely adds a lot in your resume. And the class profile, as I already mentioned, we have full-time students who are doing masters immediately after their bachelors. We also have experienced people holding like 20 years of experience. They come with like lots and lots of leadership skills. Like besides the technical aspect of any field, I think industry experience matters a lot. So this is a great opportunity for those students to learn from experienced people sitting in the class. There's a lot of collaboration happening. And also the faculty members who are taking the data science track, they are like teaching, but they are not only faculties. They are the data scientists who are like working in the industry. One of my faculty for my statistical methods and analysis, he is a data scientist with Henry Ford, a major hospital here in Michigan. So he carries like a valuable experience from the healthcare domain. And then another subject, computing platforms. She's again a data scientist, and she has like immense experience, like 20 years of experience with industry. So the overall experience, like be it learning, be it collaboration, be it learning those leadership skills or technical skills, Wayne State is a great place to be.
Great. Does anyone else have anything to add?
So be sure to check your Wayne State email, because we'll be in touch.
Yes.
We will see you at orientation.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining us. Bye.